I met a gypsy.
I see a lot of Danger Boy's little brother. Like the way that Hudson kind of just rips around, like that reminds me of me so much. I mean,
that's awesome.
I didn't have like he's got like an entourage though. Like I didn't have that. It was just me just cruising around and just like broing down with everybody. But he's doing it the way I did it. Like, because I didn't take, I raced when I was young.
You didn't take it that serious.
No, I didn't. I raced when I was young. I had championships and like on 50s and 60s. Me and Adam raced a bunch when we were younger. That from 50s, 60s, and I pretty much like my first 2 years on 80s. I got hurt. I didn't really. That was when Josh was kind of skyrocketing into his factory deals and stuff. I just didn't really do that much stuff. We took a year almost completely off, and then I started to like take it more serious. I think like around 09, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of this 13-year-old pudgy and just try to like get better at riding, because I pretty much just didn't do it. And I was just hanging out at the races and just being little bro, which was cool. It was so fun. Like it was the coolest experience. I can't even stress that enough. And all the guys that I literally see still to this day, like Ricky, like Ricky was my hero growing up, and to just like see Ricky in the wild, like I was there when he lapped second place. I was there like when all these different crazy shit happened, and I just was standing around. I was just standing around with nothing to do, being able to absorb that, which was some of the coolest shit ever. The opportunity to do that as a kid, like, and also like it formed a little bit
of the sport,
a different kind of love for just kind of hanging, just chilling and being around.
I could see that.
A couple of little like digs from industry over the years, of course, like settled me down on that, but it's still a great place to be. It's still such a cool thing to get involved in, especially as as a kid. But I didn't take racing very seriously then. It was just like hanging out with Josh. And then when he got hurt, that was like when he got hurt, it was almost like, oh dude, it was a turning point for me, because it was like Josh got hurt. I had a decent sort of 85 year. I think got like a couple thirds or whatever at Loretta, but nothing like spectacular, nothing like nobody's knocking down the door to like give me a big bike ride or anything like that. We had like a really, really small offer from Yamaha, rightfully for my value at the time. And so that when Josh got hurt, it was like, that was kind of the turning point. It was kind of like I'm either doing something else or we're going to give this a real try. And it just literally woke me up in that moment. Like go carry the name and fucking do it. And it just happened just like that. And we, like I said, between Josh and Pop and my dad, obviously kind of throwing together that pretty much stock bikes. We had 2-year-old 450s. And we had, we barely got the new fuel injected 250 in time for the Loretta qualifiers and stuff like that. I did pretty good at World Mini. One not Loretta, but Mammoth.
Yeah,
and beat some really good guys. I had to race. Jesse. Had to race Jesse Nelson, and I had to race Brad, and a lot of guys forget about Frace, how good Brad was.
He was good, dude.
He was gnarly.
Yeah.
And especially like those loose tracks, like outdoor stuff, like the way he threw the bike around. Dude, he was gnarly. I remember going to Master Pools and riding with Brad, literally right before his big Oak Hill crash. I was just watching him at Master Pools just going like, how could you go around the track that fast? Like he was so sickening.
That was before it was all technique, and it was just
it was just getting loose. But me and Brad, so Brad was a little bit older than me, so that was like his A year, and he was I think he had a deal actually. I think he had a deal to go to Mitch's team. And then, dude, that's just like, that was such a heartbreaker. So many people that don't know Brad that would have known Brad, like he would have been I think he could have been a household guy, which is nuts. There's so many what ifs in the sport like that. Josh is a giant what if he didn't get hurt at 20. Brad, obviously. You know, and then Jesse as well. I mean, you know, crashing at Unadilla, that was nuts.
That was a heartbreaker,
I
man.
still can't believe it happened. Like, and I rode that track, and I remember literally the section. I close my eyes, I can see it, and it was literally the sketchiest fucking section on a track. Like the way that it's like you're turning and you're rising, so you're light, and then you have to land in ruts, and it's just boulders, and it's just like, it was so nasty. And I had like when he crashed, and then I came around, I saw like some yellow flags and then some whatever, like way over here, you know, spread out Unadilla is. And I just had this feeling in my gut. I'm like, oh,
like
dude,
if someone's crashed
there, that's bad.
Yeah.
Because it's super high speed. It's just really gnarly. But that's one that's like, just the way that the track forms is so gnarly. And there's not much you can, I don't think there's that much you can do about it. Because if you don't rip and you don't do all that stuff, it's going to just get faster.
Yeah.
That's good either.
And sketchier and drier.
It's like, it sucks, man. That's one of those really, really unfortunate ones that broke my heart big time.
Man, it's such a fucking cruel sport, eh? Like it's wild for something to be able to give so much,
Yeah,
and take so much to the
literally
same people.
can give you your whole life, or take it away. I mean, like obviously Jesse Masterpole, he was a buddy growing up, and it's like that was a weird time as a, you know, because Josh, that was before Josh got hurt, and I honestly don't know if Ty even remembers this, but Jake and Ty were at San Francisco, and Jake came in, and that was when they were running Jesse's jersey and everything in the opening ceremonies, and like, just, you know, a lot of pray for him, support for him kind of stuff from the Supercross community. And so we go through kind of the night and everything, and then Jake, I mean, dude, Jake was young, man. He was like, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10, and he came into the truck, and Josh gave him a jersey and some stuff, and we were just talking, and Ty's just little, you know, and Jake told us that he'd passed the night before, and it was just like, and that's my buddy, like, you know what I mean? So I raced around him, and you know, we really got along. I love his folks; they're good people, and that was weird, because it was like, it was the first time I ever even considered that to be possible. Like, I never even, you just think like, oh, he's gonna be okay. Like, we all left. We knew it was bad. We knew he was hurt bad. But like, that doesn't enter. Like, you don't think that way, that it could end that way.
Especially if it's never happened before.
Literally. And
like, if you've never experienced that.
The only, literally, I mean, I remember, as far as the sport and just me being around it, really there was Leighton and Britt Downey. And those were like the only two guys that you ever really heard of that had passed riding. And it was just something that you never even really thought of. And so then to have like your buddy,
someone who's your friend,
and lose them, that was pretty crazy. That shifted a lot of like that shifted my mindset for the first, and honestly, like those spring nationals, because it was around the spring nationals when it happened, and he was really hurt. It changed the way that I rode, like almost like a way like when Weston got hurt in France, and I was over there. We were both over there because
that was bad.
He got mangled in France really bad, and obviously is what ended his career ultimately. And it was like, I don't think I did another intense lap on that track. I was just like, dude, it just shook me up. I was just like, I can't believe how gnarly that was. And that one was shitty, because I know obviously Sub, and he's, you know, the guy that was in the position to like have that all happen. And it was just like, dude, it's so hard. It sucks being the guy too.
Because there's just racing
situation.
Yeah, there's just racing incidents.
Yeah.
Like if you're the guy that's like right there,
especially there's nothing you can like. He was in a position. I watched it so many times, and he was just in this position, and just like, you know, I mean, what do you? There's not really much to do. You either try to avoid and dart somebody else off, or like, you know, there's
it's chaos.
It's like that.
It's chaos.
It's like there's nowhere to go.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform, or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.